things like if you're saving for Christmas, presents for Christmas, or a holiday that you're going on in 6 months, this is just an easy way that the banks have made it for you to just put some money aside.
Okay. I mean, I do something similar. I'm a person who still likes to use cash.
Yeah.
I try to spend cash as much as possible to keep it in the system.
Yeah.
You know, we've had all these videos.
Keeping the economy going.
Yeah, you know, since COVID, they've been telling us, you know, cash has been used so much less.
Yeah.
And at some point, they're going to want to phase it all out and make everything digital. So I don't know how soon that will be, but it only makes sense that that's going to be the future anyway.
I think so. Yeah.
So I try to keep cash alive. And every time I spend a note and I get a £5 back, I put the £5 away. I haven't spent a £5 note since 2024.
Where'd you put your fivers?
In a little savings tin.
Yeah.
So I can't actually get into it. I can't see it.
Yeah.
You know? And then
have you got any idea how much you have in there?
I have no idea. I definitely say over 4 figures.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, you know, I purposely get £5 sometimes. You know,
Yeah.
like if I haven't spent anything in the shops to get a £5, I would actually walk into a shop and buy something of a 20 and ask for all £5 back.
Yeah.
So I have 3 £5s, a few pounds and change.
And you go in the pot.
Yeah, you know, just on purpose, because it's like I save anyway in the bank. You know, all sorts. But I like to have different pots. It's like sort of like a small local emergency fund.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So what are the essential habits a young person should adopt to use a credit card responsibly from day one?
The immediate one is clearing your balance every month.
Yeah.
That's one that's like a non-negotiable one. Ways of making sure you don't miss a payment, because you can have every intention, as we discussed earlier, of clearing your balance every month, and you may have the means to do so, but life might get in the way. You might, I don't know, spend a period of time in hospital for a couple of days. Something's happened to you and you missed the payment because you didn't get the chance to manually log into your app to make your payment. So I would say set up a direct debit so that at least your minimum payment is cleared. So you can set it up so that your minimum payment comes out via direct debit.
Yeah.
And then crucially ensure that you pay off that balance every month. That's the absolute key takeaway from how to use a credit card.
Cool. And also I'd recommend never to max out your credit cards unless you have absolutely no choice but to, and you're in the worst situation. But yeah, maxing out a credit card means that you are quite heavily in debt, because credit cards are usually over 4 figures.
Yeah, and you're also the credit limit utilization is a key factor that lenders will look at.
Okay.
When they're deciding how much to lend you, what interest rate to apply, and whether to lend money to you in the first place. So your credit card limit utilization is effectively how much of your credit limit are you using as an individual. So if you're using over 75%, you'll be in a high risk category,
right,
as a borrower. If you're at 50%, you'll be slightly more on the medium level of risk. If you're below 25%, then you're going to have a good credit score and a good chance of getting the loan that you need, but also at a reasonable interest rate.
So if I was to max out my credit card, start paying off a bit of it, usually credit card lenders do contact you as well every now and then, offering you a higher limit.
Yes.
Is that because I'm maxing out my credit card, they're offering me a higher limit and they see the opportunity to make more money from me?
Normally.
Okay.
Yes.
So normally refuse those sort of things, would you say? Especially if you're a credit card max out, or if...
Yeah, the thing is, a lot of people that are in that sort of debt cycle that I was talking about will always see that as, that's a bit of relief. I've got a bit more headroom now to, kick the can down the road. At least I'm not going to get to my limit anytime soon because I've got this extra headroom. But actually all they're doing is they're increasing their likelihood of earning more from you, because interest on a higher amount is going to pay them more than interest on the lower amount. So they've figured out very quickly what your spending habits are, and then they'll take advantage of it.
Can credit card companies also, because when you get a new higher rate, you're also sort of signing a new contract, aren't you? Can they change the APR when they do things like that, or would it normally typically stay the same?
It depends. Now, sometimes you might take out a credit card which will fix the APR. Sometimes you'll take out a credit card, and if you've not read the T's and C's carefully enough, they can say that the APR is subject to change.
Okay.
And in that instance, if they notify you that the APR has changed and it's gone up, and you're not in a position to close your credit card or transfer it to another card because you've got a high credit limit utilization and you can't clear that off, then you're stuck and you're forced to have to pay a higher level of interest rate because you can't bring down the credit balance quickly enough. Okay. So yes, you can be stuck in a situation where they've increased the APR and there's really nothing you can do about it.
Okay, so for what type of purchases would you say a young person should use their credit card for? Would you say their sort of weekly food shop, or would you say more for maybe paying off their streaming services and their mobile phones? So a number that they can always see is around the same, because if they're paying their mobile phone, streaming services, etc., maybe that adds up to like £84 a month. Whereas your shopping, that number fluctuates throughout the month, and you can end up owing £400 at the end of the month, which is a whole lot different from £84 to £400. And if we're only using it to build credit with money we already have that we can afford to pay off, what would you say they should use their card for?
I think understanding your spending is the most important thing here. So you need to have a good idea of how much you spend on your food shopping. I think don't fall into the trap of thinking that what you spend on your food is just an unknown number. Like, try to get some control over that. And then that's just taking a little bit of responsibility of what you spend.
Yeah.
Things like some of your phone bills or broadband, a lot of them don't accept credit cards as a means of payment, because as far as they're concerned, on any given month, they're not sure if that credit card's been closed or transferred to another credit card, or you've reached your limit, therefore it won't come out. So a lot of them don't even allow that. So I would use it more for variable spending, and then just try and keep that very sensible. You may, obviously you can keep track of what you're spending. So you could say to yourself, I won't spend more than £200 on the credit card. So as long as you're keeping track of what you're spending, and you know that the repayment's going to be affordable at the end of the month because that will be replaced from your income, your earned income, then I would use it more for the discretionary spending, things like fuel and things like that. So fuel, food,
mobile phone companies and that. I mean, I know you can't set up like a direct debit with the credit card, but I mean, if you're making like the one-off payments every month, you possibly could use your credit card in that way, because you're.
I think you